Good afternoon, and thanks for watching the Academic Member Spotlight series by Portulans Institute. For the very first interview of the series, we are happy to be speaking with Dr. Osmar Zavaleta, Interim Dean of EGADE Business School and Associate Dean of Research at Business School at Tecnológico de Monterrey. Dr. Zavaleta, thank you for joining us today.
It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for the invitation.
As one of the most technology-driven higher education institutions in Mexico, it will be very interesting to learn about Tech's approach to innovation. Could you elaborate on some of the processes that integrate technology and innovation within your programs?
Oh, thank you, Mariam, for this question. We have some projects and initiatives that link technology and innovation within our programs and with some needs of organizations and society. In most of the cases, through a multidisciplinary approach. It's important to highlight that. One example is our technology transfer program, which involves the schools of engineering, medicine, business, architecture, humanities, and social sciences. This program is not only operating in some of our campus, but overseas. We developed the Innovation Hub Tech China, just to give you an example, which is located in China and has the purpose to connect our innovation and entrepreneurship efforts with the counterparts of the country to find opportunities of collaboration. It's important to highlight that most of our research activities are linked with problems and challenges of organizations that also require innovation as a main driver. Some of our main strategic research areas at the university level are biotechnology and food, mechatronics, nanotechnology, sustainability, public policy, business, which includes different areas, of course, medicine and humanities. In all these areas, the innovation is one of the most important dimensions. Also at the university level, we have a Department of Educational Innovation, which among other things oversees the scope and potential benefits, I would say, of educational technology in each of our programs. On the other hand, the approach that we follow to innovate our teaching activities includes technology, but also the use of different methodologies such as experiential learning, challenge-based learning, and research-based learning, which are employed depending on the nature of each program. At the undergraduate level, I would like to highlight the model Tech 21st, which is one of the most important educational innovations of our university. Let me try to give some details in the context of the business school. The model basically considers four different elements. The first one is challenge-based learning through different challenges and problems that corporate partners design specifically for this purpose. The second one is flexibility, which means that in the first part of the studies plan, which is called the exploration phase, the students acquire the fundamentals of business. And in the second part of the studies plan, which is called the focus phase, the students develop, let's say, knowledge and experiences in the major area that they choose, you know, international business, marketing, finance, accounting, and so forth. And finally, in the third part of the studies plan, the students have the possibility of getting a specialization through a diploma of certification, studying abroad, or having a research stay among other options that we are providing them in order to foster their academic formation. The third element is the intensive use of educational technologies to foster the learning experience of our students. And the fourth component, and I think that is the most important one, has to do with our faculty members. Professors that are experts in their disciplines, professors that use educational technologies to foster the learning experiences of our students, professors that relate to corporations and strategic partners, among other characteristics. I would say that these are some examples about the way in which we try to link innovation technology to our programs.
Well, thank you so much for giving us such a detailed overview of how you integrate technology and innovation within your programs, and also some practical examples, not only in the context of the business school, but for other programs as well. It's very impressive. Could you give us also some example of programs and initiatives that are tailored to fostering technology innovation beyond campus this time? Let's say be it with local communities or the country in general.
Well, this is a great question, Mariam. I think that one of the most relevant examples is the UNAM Tech Consortium for Research, Technology Transfer, Entrepreneurship, and Innovation. UNAM, by its acronym in Spanish, is the National University of Mexico, the largest public university system in the country. On the other hand, Tecnológico de Monterrey is the largest private university system in Mexico and Latin America. And so I think that you can imagine the scope of this alliance. The objective of this consortium is to strengthen collaboration by bringing together different experiences and capacities to develop projects, initiatives, programs, and high-value research that boost educational, social, and economic development in Mexico. In this initiative, innovation and entrepreneurship, as you can imagine, will be two of the main drivers. On the other hand, we are developing an innovation district in the Monterrey city, which is called the Distrito Tech. Distrito Tech, in my opinion, is a new paradigm which implies not only opening the campus to the community, but also, let's say, attracting several actors, such as established firms, startups, investors, government, students, and professors. The basic idea is to connect the needs of the enterprise with the startups with investors, the students and faculty members with opportunities to develop research and academic projects and so forth. One of the initiatives of Distrito Tech is called Expedition, which has the purpose of connecting to all these actors with the different schools of Tecnológico de Monterrey to work jointly in different initiatives in which the innovation will be one of the main drivers. Talking about EGADE, Mariam, I would like to mention that we foster the innovation in all of our academic programs to impact communities and organizations. In that sense, it's important to mention that we offer a full-time MBA with emphasis in innovation and entrepreneurship. Due to the relevance of these areas and to support the master program and the different initiatives at EGADE, we have an academic department, a center, and a research group in innovation and entrepreneurship, where different projects are taking place. The students of our different programs participate actively in different projects and initiatives of these entities, and the main purpose is to impact organizations and communities.
Wonderful. It is beautiful to see that you've not only integrated innovation within your programs, but you also do so much beyond the campus to help local communities in the country in general. Right. Now let us discuss the connection between the innovation happening within academic institutions, one of which is obviously your institution, and also the local industry. In your opinion, what are or should be the policies that support technology to innovation linkages between universities, research centers, and the local industry?
Great question. As I mentioned before, Mariam, our technology to innovation activities are based on a strong commitment to applied research, which contributes to solving part of the problems and needs of organizations and society. In that sense, it's important to mention that our research motto is defined as research that transforms lives. For Tecnológico de Monterrey, research is a strategic activity and pillar of its mission. It's in my opinion, the engine that generates innovative solutions for economic, social, and environmental development of our regions and country. We are committed to the idea that the basic and applied research and technology transfer should be used to generate impact to society and organizations. I believe, in terms of your question, that governments should offer programs that incentive innovation and entrepreneurship in universities and research centers, and foster an appropriate environment to link these activities with the needs of the industry and communities. Of course, the government must oversee the rule of law to protect authors' rights, and patent ownership, and to establish the appropriate incentives to foster a better collaboration between universities and industry. Probably some of these incentives should be oriented to develop research projects focused on high impact topics through open, collaborative, and interdisciplinary innovation linked with national and international stakeholders. Innovation-driven policy pillars need to be focused on knowledge generation, new talent development, international collaboration, interdisciplinary application that impact the knowledge economy in which we live and contribute to competitiveness of the industrial sectors of the country, is what I see in that regard.
Thank you so much for sharing your opinion and views on the policies that surround innovation, including intellectual property. Within the research sector, it is indeed one of the most important topics that is discussed right now. Lastly, as an academic member of the Global Innovation Index, how do you expect to contribute and also to benefit from joining this global network?
It's a wonderful question. Well, I would say that given that Mexico is one of the largest economies in Latin America, I believe that this important network would be interested in connecting with some of the relevant institutions in Mexico to explore possibilities of collaboration. So I think that the EGADE Business School and Tecnológico de Monterrey could be the bridge to establish these connections. On the other hand, I strongly believe that we need in Mexico to measure on their well-proved and robust methodologies our national capacity to procure, use, and connect innovations with the needs of organizations and society. Global Innovation Index could be a relevant insight to foster our research activities, and at the same time, the framework to explore the relevance of proposing the appropriate policy to improve what needs to be improved through innovation initiatives. We would like to involve our doctoral students and faculty members in research projects as well, to explore the possibility of having access to the databases that this network has built over time. It would be relevant for us to use your methodologies to replicate, if it is possible, the process that you follow to build the Global Innovation Index, but in a regional context. I think that it would be valuable to know the differences regarding the innovation environment, initiatives, and outcomes in the different regions of Mexico. I think that if we could establish a specific project in that regard, will be of a great benefit for us as an institution and as a country.
Thank you so much for sharing your expectations. I believe for us as well, it's very important to know about this and to make sure that we better accommodate your needs and interests. And once again, thank you so much for your time. And I wish you the best of luck in implementing these very important initiatives and programs at your institution and beyond.
Thank you so much, Marianne. It has been a pleasure to be here. And thank you once again for the invitation.
Thank you. Our pleasure.